Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's We Love Aaliyah here, and you guys already know what time it is, right? Okay, so we're gonna be here talking about episode 11, right? And this episode was called A Plan for the Future. You guys already know who I think shouldn't be planning anything, but here we are, planning for the future. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's start with the best couple so far on this episode. Apparently, I'm not gonna say apparently. I mean, this is facts, okay? The best couple so far right now, besides the last episode, we're talking about in this episode. In this episode, the best couple is Shawnice and Jephte. I'm sorry, gotta give it up to them, okay? They are number one right now. Just gotta be honest. Just gotta be honest. You guys already know my ups and downs with this couple, but comparing them to the other couples, yeah, they look like they have a future. Versus Ryan and Jacqueline. Listen, that ain't gonna go nowhere. That ain't gonna go nowhere. And then we already know Jonathan and Molly. You guys want to know how I feel about Jonathan and Molly? Listen. You heard that? That's how I feel about Jonathan and Molly. Flush it! Flush it. Let's start. So, Shawnice and Jephte. Okay, like, I wasn't a happy camper last episode, but I'm an okay camper this time. I'm an okay camper, okay? Whew. Okay. Let's talk about the good and the bad, okay? The good with Shawnice and Jephte is the good about Shawnice and Jephte is that you kind of see some real love there. You kind of see some real bonding there. You know, I truly feel like Jephte is starting to get to the point where he's starting to appreciate who Shawnice is. I'm not saying he loves the girl, but I'm starting to see that he feels bad. He feels bad when he hurts her. Now, it's not, oh my God, I hurt my wife. It's not that type of bad, but unlike before, he didn't give a damn when he hurt her. He just like, why she hurt? That don't make no sense why she hurt. But now she's like, oh man, I hurt her. Dang, I really hurt her. Like, so you kind of see like a little progression with his mentality towards Shawnice, which is awesome. And I really love the fact, you know, they were sitting on the porch and they was talking about the future. And I don't mean to put this out there, but I rarely hear black men talking about wanting to be a father. So to hear him saying, I can't wait to have kids, and I can actually see Shawnice, you know, being the mother of my children, I'm just like, yes, Jephte. I couldn't stand you before, but, you know, I could vibe with you on this. We right here, Jephte. Yes, Jephte. Yes. You know, great way to encourage black women. Especially, we all know the statistics of black men being in the household. It's so low. It's so low. And it's so sad. It's so low. And it's sad that, you know, a lot of black men have the opportunities to be great fathers and choose not to. That's even the saddest part of the statistics, okay? But anywho, let's move on. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Shawnice is the main person that is keeping this relationship going. As I completely and always say, okay? And I'm not even trying to like hate on this couple, but I'm calling it how I see it, okay? I feel like Shawniece is the main one really in this situation. I honestly do. Shawniece, I feel like, has had experience with intimacy. She knows what she wants, and here she is trying to make it work with Jephte. Because I feel like Jephte is all over the place. He don't really know what's going on. I feel like he don't know what's going on. I feel like he don't, sometimes he gets it, sometimes he don't. Like, the cons with Jephte, the cons with him is that he is immature. And I'm not talking about an immaturity that is, yeah, he's immature. He's very immature for 26. You gotta talk to your homeboy to help you get it. Like, your homeboy has to put it into your head that, man, what you did was wrong. Like, I understand sometimes we have to talk to our friends, you know, to get some insight, to get some clarity. But I feel like Jeff, he need his best friend on his hip, so that as soon as he feel like he's in the wrong, he, hey, I just did something. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like, if he ain't have this best friend, what would be the result of all of Jephthe's situations, especially on this show? If he ain't have that best friend to like slap him in the head and be like, hey man, what you did was not right. If he ain't have that friend, what would have already been the outcome of this situation? Right. Glad we on the same page. I'm just so happy he has this friend of his to bring him back to reality. Because I don't know what kind of childhood Jephte had, but it must have been traumatic. And no disrespect to his mother or his father, he lacks, I'm trying to say this without sounding harsh. Something traumatic happened to him to the point where he doesn't believe in love. Because he wants it, but he's so scared of it that he doesn't think it's real. He wants the love. He wants to be in love. Jephte doesn't understand love. I don't know if his mama didn't do a good job in instilling that in him and showing that to him and portraying that to him, but you could tell he knows love is out there, but maybe he is insecure in himself and how to get love and how to show love. Another thing I have with him is that he never thinks anything is a big deal. I feel like every time he does something to Shawniece, he'll come back on the interview and be like, I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't think what I did was a big deal. Like, we had an example of this when they was on their honeymoon, when they was talking to Pastor Cal on the computer. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't see what's the big deal. And then now, you know, after walking out on Shawniece, I don't think he really went anywhere. He kind of sat in his car and talked to his best friend. But like when he came back and talked to Shawniece, you know, I didn't think it was a big deal to her. You know, I didn't think, you know, not doing an experiment was a big deal. Jephte, you always think nothing is a big deal. And then when you see somebody that you starting to care about hurt, then you starting to realize it's a big deal. All the other two couples shared their phones together. Even though they probably didn't understand what was the point, even though they probably got uncomfortable a little bit by giving up the phone, but eventually they gave up the phone. You the only person that made a big deal out of it. You the only person that actually walked out on their wife over a stupid phone swap. You was gonna get her phone. So it's not like you giving up everything of you. And your phone is not you, Jephte. Your phone may portray things that you like. It may have, you know, your family, your friends, but it is not you. Okay? So I don't understand why giving up your phone is such a big deal. And he's like, oh, I feel like I was getting pressured by the producers. I feel like I'm giving up too much control. Nobody's going to pressure me into anything. If you feel like you're getting pressured to do anything, you need to get off the show. And I'm not even trying to act like a hater. I'm not trying to act like a negative person. But if you feel like everything is such a big deal, like everything is so uncomfortable for you, you need to get off the show. Because Shawniece is ready, honey. Shawniece is in it. Shawniece is 100, okay? As they say it where I'm from, she's real. She's the real deal. And if you're not ready for the real deal, honey, you need to go play the field more. Go play the field more. Figure out what you like, what you don't like. Because don't sit here and damage a good person. Shawniece is a good person. She's a good wife. She is way more patient than anybody I've ever seen. Because my mother, she don't play that shit. Okay? My mother stayed married for a good 10 years. I promise you, she pretty much stayed in the marriage because of me. Okay? And I'm just saying, when she finally woke up and said, look, if I'm not happy, I can't be a happy mother to my child. Once she realized that, she bounced, okay? And there's no disrespect to my father. I feel like he was a good father, but he probably was a terrible husband. And Jephte, you have to understand, if you cannot enhance Shawniece, if you're going to keep having to buy roses because you're going to keep fucking up over stupid shit as in phone swapping, get the fuck out right now. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm very agitated when it comes to him. And I'm not even the one with him. I don't know where Shawniece gets the patience. And God bless her. God bless her that God instilled in her patience. Because I don't know if I would have lasted as long as she is lasting with this bullshit. And this bullshit, because it's like, it's simple. If you look at it, it's simple things. When you get married, right? When you get married, you become one. Y'all are one. Okay? When somebody's hurt, the other feels it. When somebody's sick, the other becomes a nurse. You feel it. And that's the only thing I don't like about Married at First Sight, is that they try to rush something that takes time. It takes time to feel for somebody. It takes time to even get into a relationship, let alone a marriage. And it's like they rush everything. They rush everything. And Jephte is not somebody to be rushed. He is not someone you rush. He's a snail in human form. He's a turtle. I was about to say roach, but roaches are fast. Roaches are fast. No disrespect to him, but bruh, you the one making a big deal out of nothing. And then you realize how much of an ass you really are when you finish talking to your homeboy. Like your homeboy is your guardian angel. Your best friend, he's your guardian angel. He's going to be that speed bump for you. He's going to be that one to slow your roll. He's going to be that one to do that for you. Because you always think somebody trying to do something to you. You always think somebody trying to hurt you or force you to doing something. Nobody forced you to be on this show. Nobody forced you to get married to Shawniece. You did this all by yourself. Okay? Everything that you're doing right now is because you wanted it. You went to the interviews. You fill out the applications. You did everything necessary to be on this show. Nobody forced you to do anything. But yet, while you're on the show, you feel like you're losing control. You feel like people are forcing you to do shit. Jeffrey, nobody forcing you to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. You don't want to show. You don't want to do the experiments. You don't want to give your phone. Don't do it, bruh. Don't do it. But don't sit there and give roses every time you fuck up. Roses die after 5 days, maybe even sooner. That shit gonna get old. That shit gonna get old. Giving roses every time you fuck up. And the one thing I actually am happy to hear him actually say is the fact that he actually stated that he was the difficult one. There's a God somewhere. He finally admitted it on this episode that he was the difficult one. Thank you, Jetty, for realizing that you are the difficult one. Because Shawnice is not difficult. She actually tries to understand your crazy ass. And God bless her. But now that you know that you're the difficult one, stop being difficult. You know, knowledge of self. Know thyself. You know you're difficult. You can stop being difficult if you really want to. And if you lose somebody as good as Shawnice, okay. And another con with him is that I feel like he's so uncomfortable with intimacy. I just feel like every time Shawnice tries to get close to him or try to show him some type of affection, try to touch him or something, he's like, That will irk my nerves, okay? Physical touch to me is something important. And every time I try to like show you some type of physical touch, and then I feel like you're like leaning back and no, I would be like, hey man, do you want me to touch you? Do you like touches? If you don't like touches, this ain't gonna work. When they was on the staircase, right, and they were getting ready to go inside the house, you know, she was like, I think she said something in regards to her age, and she was like, yeah, I know you're gonna make fun of my age. And she came close to him, and then you see him like backing up a little bit, and I'm just like, she's joking with you. And she's joking with you in a way to try to get close to you, and you backing up? Listen, I'm not saying the boy is gay, but I'm saying he's uncomfortable with getting close. He's uncomfortable with affection. That's clear. That is clear. Another thing I didn't like too, when they were talking on the couch after he apologized for walking out, you know, he was like, you know, you look broken. You look broken. And they started laughing about it. Now, Shawnice, I'm going to talk to you on this one. I know you tried to laugh and you tried to giggle. You tried to do a little smirk to make him feel more comfortable. But you need to stop it. That is not your job to sit here and try to make him feel comfortable. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're breaking off pieces of yourself that matters to try to make him feel comfortable. You know you was hurt. You know you was hurt. You was on an interview crying about that situation. So you need to show him that what he did was fucked up. What he did was fucked up. He walked out on you. And he didn't even walk out on you because you cheated, you ain't pay a bill on time. He ain't walk out on you because, you know, you cussed out his mama or you did something to his family. He walked out on you for an experiment of swapping phones. Why you laughing? Why you giggling with him about that? That's not funny. And like now is the time to really put your foot down. Let him know what he did was fucked up. And it's not funny. And I'm a goofy kind of person, and I didn't think that was funny. I didn't think that was something to be laughing over. And you sitting here laughing with him and goofing off with him, trying to make him feel comfortable. Don't fucking do that, Shawnee's. Don't bring yourself down to his level to try to make him feel comfortable. You know you at a 10 and he at a fucking 5. Leave his ass at a fucking 5 and stay at your 10. Don't diminish yourself. Don't take away from yourself to try to get on his level. He's immature. He's 26, but he fucking acts like he's 18. Like, let's move on. Let's move on. Guys' night. Guys' night for Jeopardy, right? He said something about to Pastor Cal. You know, he doesn't want anything to feel forced. He wants it to feel organic. You want what to feel organic? You want what to feel organic? You wasn't complaining when you hit it? Huh? You want what to feel organic? Like, I'm confused. How does anybody think anything is going to go organic when everything was put together for him? This is not an organic situation. You're on a show that picked your wife, that paid for the wedding, that put y'all together, paid for the honeymoon, you know what I'm saying? Made y'all move in together, you know, made y'all try to do this marriage thing. You have 3 experts you can call on if you got a problem. They're constantly calling you, making sure everything's okay. They're constantly meeting up with you guys, trying to solve y'all problems. There's nothing organic about the situation. It's not like you left your job one day, went to a bar, and then met Shawnee's there, boo. These people picked Shawnee's out for you. There's nothing like, get this organic shit out of your head. There's nothing organic about this. Talking about, I don't want to feel first. That's the only thing, I don't want to feel first. Am I the only one that thinks that this boy should have not been on this show? Am I the only one? I have no problem standing alone. I have no problem standing alone. But, because it's like, I have no problem telling the truth. I have no problem telling the truth. When something ain't right, I call it out. And this ain't right. Talking about, you don't hear even though I think Ryan is an asshole, you don't hear Ryan talking about, you know, nothing feeling organic. You don't hear him saying nothing like that. And poor Jonathan is just screaming for attention. So Jonathan looking at Jeopardy like, dog, you got a woman that loves you, want to constantly touch you, want to constantly have sex with you. What the fuck you complaining about? Whew. In my last review, I said opposites attract. And clearly Shawnee's and Jeopardy are the opposite attracting, okay? Shawnee's is the go-getter. Shawnee's always wants to do something. Shawnee's is always pushing herself out of her comfort zone. And Jeopardy is like a fucking tree. He just wants to stay there. He just wants to plant his roots there and just stay there. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I was happy Shawnee's planned that trapeze date, you know, especially with the other couples. That was really cool of her because she knows Jeopardy's scared of heights. So that was her pushing him out of his comfort zone. And kudos to you, Shawnee's. All right, moving on. Molly and Jonathan. Where do I begin with this whack-ass couple, okay? Now, Jeopardy talking about forced. Here's a forced situation right here. Molly and Jonathan. Now, that is a forced situation. You got one person just holding on. Holding on. Holding on. This boy needs some type of affection so bad that I just want to... I'm not even into European or Anglo-Saxon. I'm not even into those type of guys. But I want to give Jonathan some affection. That's how much I'm feeling for him. And I don't even think he's attractive. To me. But I just want to give him some affection just so that he knows what it feels like. Because that boy is dehydrated. He's thirsty. Okay? He needs some oxygen. He needs some hydration. Okay? That boy is thirsty. He's parched. Okay? For some type of affection. Because Molly thinks, with her linky self, that what she's doing is enough. Just the little talkings and the fact that she sleep behind his back every night, she think that that's enough. She's doing enough. Molly, that's not enough. And you know that's not enough. If you could have a threesome with somebody you don't even know, if you could do something like that with somebody you don't even know, why you can't do that with your husband? If you could have sex with some random, why you can't have sex with your husband? Somebody you walked down the aisle with. Somebody you stood in front of your parents and said, I do. Okay? So you stood in front of a pastor, a priest, somebody, an officiant. You stood in front of somebody and said, I take this man to be my husband forever and ever until death do us part. So if you could do that, which is the ultimate sign of commitment to me, if you could do that with a stranger, why you can't have sex? Why you can't show him affection? Why you can't do that? Why is that so hard, Molly? Like, the truth shall set you free, Molly. It should set you free. You know you don't want Jonathan. Jonathan is not, he's not the sugar in your iced tea, bitch. He's not the sugar in your iced tea. Jonathan is not. She talking about, I just want, the physical attraction to match up with, the emotional attraction. Honey, if it's not there, it's not there. If it's not there, it's not there. All the other couples done did what you trying to do times 5, maybe even more. Like that's week 11. Oh no, that's episode 11. If you ain't got it by now, you ain't got it. Did like the fact that she took him out for his birthday, got him a gift card to his favorite store. That was all good and dandy. But you already know, me and the viewers, we already know what he really wanted for his birthday. Okay? He wanted that. That's what he wanted for his birthday. You could keep the gift card. You could keep the clothes shopping spree. He don't want no more clothes. He want to feel closer to his wife. He want that intimacy. Okay? He want to get it popping. He want to consummate the marriage. He wants to feel like a husband. Something making love does something to your mind, to your body, to your heart. When you're making love to somebody, you release endorphins. And that's that one thing that sex does. Okay? It releases a specific type of endorphins in your brain and just makes you feel so good all over. It just makes you feel like you can handle the world. It makes you feel like nothing is worth stressing over. During guys' night, I even saw a little frustration coming from Pastor Cal. Pastor Cal even looked a little frustrated when it came to Jonathan and Molly. He's just like, man, where did we go wrong with this couple? Like, why they just can't get it? Jonathan is fully in. Jonathan is like Shawnee's. 100% in there. But then Molly acts like Jeopardy. I don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wants to try harder to show John affection. I don't know why she's acting like showing affection to your husband is like a chore. It's like a task on her to-do list. Okay, 5 p.m. show John affection. 7 p.m. stroke his back. Like, why is she making a chore out of showing affection to her husband? Molly feels unprepared for decision day. She feels unprepared for decision day. Look, I can understand you might be a little, I wonder if he'll still stay married to me or not. I wonder if everything's okay. But like the fact that you feel unprepared for decision day is another sign of the flushing of the toilet. I would flush it again, but I don't want my water bill to go high, so yeah. I'm not going to waste no more water on this whack-ass couple. Married at First Sight gets a lot of applicants to be on this show. They get a lot of applicants. If you look at the whole decision-making process, they screen a lot of people that wants to be on this show. Why do they always pick the people who I feel like has no chance at making this situation work out? Why do they always pick the people that are not really committed in this whole process? Are you guys really experts? Because I think an expert would have signs and clues that this person may not be ready for a situation like this. How did all three of y'all know that Molly was ready to get married? How did all three of y'all know that Jeopardy was a good candidate for this show? These experts have some explaining to do. I'm gonna be like fucking Lucy and Ricardo. You have some explaining to do. Okay? Like, even in the trapeze date, Jonathan, I feel like is going over and beyond. To infinity and beyond. Jonathan is trying to be like Buzz Lightyear. Okay? He's trying to be like him. When she came back from doing her little thing on the trapeze, he like, lift her, good job, honey. He's trying so hard to show her how much of a good person he is. And Jonathan, if you have to try that hard to show somebody how much of a good person you are, how much of a good husband you are, you need to pack your shit and get the fuck out. Pack your stuff and dip. All these couples, there's nobody that pissed me off more than Ryan. Ryan really, really, really got under my skin in this episode. Like, I never seen somebody so unwilling to change who he is just for the betterment of everything. Like this boy is so stuck into who he is that I don't understand how the experts say, this guy right here, he's ready, he's like ready and willing for marriage. Marriage is full of sacrifice. Marriage is full of trust, it's full of hard work, it's full of commitment, it's full of dedication. Ryan is not about that life. Okay? He has stated over and over and over and over again, he is not going to change. He's a Boston boy. He don't want to leave Boston. Even if he fell in love with the best woman in the world, like Jacqueline, he don't love nobody that much to change what Ryan wants to do. Ryan don't love nobody more than Ryan. If Ryan could marry himself, he would. He would, okay? He's scared. He's scared of the future. Jacqueline maybe had a 5-minute conversation with him about traveling. And he is stuck on that 5-minute conversation because now he feel like Jacqueline gonna up and leave him. Jacqueline want to leave Boston. stupid to me. It really is. Because I feel like he's just looking for little simple excuses to make him feel better for not wanting to change. He's looking for little things that she says that can make him feel like, I was right. I was right for saying what I said. And I like how Pastor Cal turned that on him. Pastor Cal was like, how did that treat you in your past relationship? How did that work out for you? You thinking solely for yourself, and you stuck in your own mentality. How did that work out for you in your last relationships? And he was like, and it didn't work out. I ended up single. And Pastor Cal was like, no shit. It's not a surprise why you're still single, Ryan. You are single because you want to be with you. You love yourself so much. You're so conceited that if you could marry yourself, you would. You think you're so great. You think you're such a catch that you don't think that you need to bend, you need to accommodate, you need to compromise for anybody but you. Well, Ryan, you're not that great, and you're damn near not that cute. Ugh. Like, poor Jacqueline. Jacqueline is suffering. She is getting gypped. Again, I'm going to say that. She is getting gypped. She thought she was getting married at first sight to somebody who actually wanted to get married. I feel Jacqueline wants this more than Ryan does. Clearly, she's ready to commit. She's ready to be a wife. She's ready to spend the time. She's ready to receive the affection. And rightfully so. But Ryan is not there yet. I feel like Jacqueline needs more than Ryan is willing to offer. Okay? Like he thinks she argues just to argue, but he's not even listening to what she's saying. Like, she is talking to a brick wall when when she's trying to state her point. She is talking to a brick wall. Unfortunately, he is not listening to her. He wants to do what he wants to do. If he has spent 24 hours at the firehouse and his homeboys having to invite him out for drinks, that's where he's going to be. He ain't coming home, spending time with the missus, and then maybe the next day he'll go out with his friends. No. From work, he going out with the boys. And after guys' night with Pastor Cal, after Pastor Cal asked him, what are you willing to do for your family? And it was just like, what? What do you ask me, Pastor Cal? Huh? Like, even after the guys' night, you think he would have went home, spent time with Jacqueline knowing that she's sick? I'm not saying be a nurse, because you don't know how to make soup and all that. But I'm just saying, spend time with your wife. You know, she's stuck at home. She's not out with the girls. You know what I'm saying? You think he would have stayed home with her? No. What did he do? He went out with his boys to have drinks. He just went out with the crew, had drinks, talked, and instead of going home to his wife, he went out with his friends now and had drinks. So he was pretty much out the whole night. Self-sabotage. That's exactly what Pastor Cal said. Self-sabotage. I think Ryan doesn't think he deserves love. I think he's been dogged out so much in his relationships. Jacqueline is too good to be true. Jacqueline is almost unfathomable to him. Almost unattainable to him. Intangible to him. That he thinks that there's no way that he could get somebody that great. So what he's going to do, he's going to fuck it up. He's going to do things to push her away. That's exactly what he's doing. And if he keeps it up, that's exactly what he's going to get. Ryan, you want to be alone? Guess what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks? You're going to be alone, my bruh. So Jacqueline, in my opinion, run, girl. Run. Find the nearest exit and dip. Alright, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. Unfortunately, it wasn't as funny as my last interviews because, you know, I tend to like to put a little comedic pause into my reviews. I'm not really feeling well today, and it is snowing outside. It's snowing and it's raining outside. It's the most bipolar weather going on. outside. And so I'm just like, I'm not really feeling it today. So, but I know I needed to get this review out. So guys, oh, and I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys drink this Strawberryta? Strawberryta is by Bud Light. It's supposed to be a margarita from Bud Light. This thing got me right. It's getting me right. Okay, y'all. This is not even a sponsored video by Bud Light. It would have been mad cool, but yeah. I don't even like beer, but this, I can mess with that. Alright, y'all. Until later. Or should I say until next week? Y'all already know Tuesday's going to be more fuckery, okay? Alright, y'all. Until next time, stay positive, stay loving. Don't get too upset with these episodes. You know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.